In politics, moments of chance meetings can sometimes achieve what years of dialogue fail to do. At the Vatican, President Bola Tinubu met with Catholic bishops Peter Obi and Fayemi during the inauguration mass of Pope Leo XIV. In a gesture that transcends party lines and religious affiliations, President Tinubu described the inauguration of Pope Leo XIV at St. Peter's Square as a symbol of unity in diversity. The president emphasized Nigeria's commitment to interfaith dialogue and peaceful coexistence. Now let's hear from the president and the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Bianca Odumegu Ojukwu.
It's consistent in the true sense of unity in diversity, and I'm greatly honored. We have to continue to work on it. It's a work in progress for the sake of our country and the continent as a whole.
I think it's very, very symbolic and indicative of the great solidarity that he continues to show, not just to the Muslim community, but to the entire Christian community. He has shown this solidarity with the millions of people who are of the Catholic faith in Nigeria.
Well, I think for me, what the president has shown is that he's a man who is tolerant of all religions and who believes in interfaith harmony, and who has even demonstrated it by the kind of appointments he made.
It shows the fact that a Muslim president can be accepted and is liberal to carry the whole country along. So he represents not only the Muslim faith, but also Christians in Nigeria.
All right, Kaidi, let me start with you here. You know, the president at the inaugural mass of Pope Leo XIV, he said something very, very important. He said, Nigeria's unity in diversity is a work in progress. I mean, what's your understanding of that statement?
Yeah, I think the president is just trying to remind us that we're brothers.
Okay.
He's trying to remind us that religion shouldn't divide us. He has exemplified that over and over again. His family is a typology of what that is all about. And so sometimes some of us laugh when it's time for politics and people are shouting Muslim tickets.
Yeah,
we laugh because we know it's about politics. It's about, let me look for a weakness to advance my cause. You know, for those of us who knew him as a governor in Lagos State, we knew that does not count at all. So for us, very shocked. I'm sure the Pope must have even done his own investigation before inviting him.
Absolutely.
That this person is very, very tolerant.
And it's
you know,
very liberal.
Very liberal, you know. So we're not surprised. The only interesting part was what played out there.
Yeah, we'll still get to that. We'll still get to that.
And for me, I felt there's a big lesson, especially for followers in politics, you know, not to, and even religious adherents, we do not need to kill. You know, when it gets to the issue of killing, I can't just imagine how we got to this stage, how we got to this point, when you think when you kill someone, you have won, or you have won a soul, or you have done anything. It should never get to that level. We are brothers, and we should be able to relate with one another with any form of, without any form of animosity.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, the president showing up at the Vatican. First of all, his outfit.
I love that.
Oh my goodness. You know, looking all dab in that outfit. I wish to see the president.
Like you,
exactly. I wish to see the president more in that kind of outfit. But talk to me. The president showing up there, he shows that he has no iota of religious bigotry in him, isn't it?
I agree with you. Sometimes the visuals can be deceptive. People tend to look at President Tinubu basically for what he is. But they seem to forget that this was a Chicago boy, that is a Lagos boy, and that swagger is part and parcel of the of the lifestyle of those two demographics. As a fellow Chicagoan myself, I know exactly what. And I think we're going to tell the Pope that I stayed in your native Chicago for many years and all. Yeah, but the real thing, my real takeaway here, that a lot of people don't get, is that the Nigerian politician, try that. The Nigerian elite, they are the same. It's only the followers that will put meanings into things that are not there. These are people at the same level. They are all, the three of them are former governors. Forget that he is the president. All the three, Fayemi, Obi, and President Tinubu are former governors. So they belong to a very small select group of Nigerians who have occupied those seats before.
Absolutely.
The way they will relate is not the way you and I, who have not been there, will relate. Stop inputting your own thoughts, your own evil thoughts into your leaders.
Exactly.
That's not the way they think. They relate well. They attend each other's weddings. They meet at occasions. There was a day during the last election, remember, when the then candidate Tinubu met with Vice President Atiku. And people said, oh, these people have known each other for 40 years. They were part of the Yaradua team. So if you sit there fighting now, you are the one who is making a fool of yourselves. They've been part and parcel of the same team for 40 years. Simply because now they face different something doesn't mean they don't know each other.
Absolutely.
I wish our people will learn that politics is politics.
Now, talking about... all right, we have Dr. Shiro from Inewi. Doctor, let's talk.
Yeah, good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening to you.
Yeah, my name is Dr. Shugo Ogueze, calling from Anambra.
All right.
Yeah, I want to say that I love the meeting with Peter Obi and the president. I want to also say that the president and Peter Obi and the rest of Nigerians are not at war. Maybe there are political differences owing to the way the nation is run. So if Peter Obi complains, he is not complaining because he has any problem with the president. He complains because of the policies of the government. Thank you.
Now talking about the banter, the president, Peter Obi, alongside the former Ekiti state governor, what lessons can be learned here? I mean, I like the fact that Bayo Ononuga actually explained everything that happened. Oh, I'm the head of this.
Yeah,
they were back of...
They want to quickly explain the narration before somebody takes it away.
Exactly.
But I'm not really disagreeing with GKB, but just to say that I wouldn't want to exonerate our leaders too. Oh, really? I also want to blame them because they are also contributory factors to this divides that we have among us.
The fires.
You understand? That's why I tend to disagree a bit with the caller, because these leaders have a way of creating this tension among followers. See, do not underestimate how powerful your words are if you're a leader. Do you understand? As much as stop being gullible, which is the message, stop being stupid, pardon my language, it's just to say that you need to put on your thinking cap. There were people who vowed, an Aragbeshola will never see Oyinlola face to face. And they came into the same party. There are some people who lost their lives because of these gladiators.
Die in their war. Don't die.
Do you understand? There are people who will say they have developed hatred for one another as a result of 2023 elections. So people have not been talking to one another because of these two men who were smiling at the Vatican. So as much as they also need to tone down the rhetorics, they need to tell the people, please, it is about opinions. If I win, good. If I don't win, I will try again. And if I don't become the president, it takes one person to be the president.
Absolutely.
It takes one person to be the governor. So it is a combination of those two. But I know the big lesson is, please and please, put on your thinking cap. These are friends.
All right, let's, we have Godwin calling in from Yola. Godwin, good evening. Let's talk.
Hello, yeah, I just want to thank... hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly. Let's talk.
Yeah, I just want to...
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to... Good evening. So I just want to say a big thank you to. Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly. Go ahead.
You know, I just want to thank my brother there for the point he's making about the role of our elite, the politicians with this. It's very, very true. See, when you, because of elections, tune up the heat in terms of religion, in terms of ethnicism, and just for you to win elections, you should remember that there is a life after elections. And the masses, what is seen, as much as they have their interest in what government gets to put out, is the body language of the leaders they look at. And so, yeah, the advice will be across board. The followers should know that leaders, in spite of what you see, the optics you see, they are just doing politics. But at the same time, we should also be able to let people know that we are brothers, we are one. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Now, in rounding off this conversation, I mean, the president talked about unity in diversity, religious tolerance. Now, what should be done to promote unity in, unity and also this religious tolerance? What should be done? Where should we start from?
Not only religious tolerance, even ethnic tolerance.
Ethnic tolerance as well, yes.
Because we do this in sports. We become one country when the Nigerian football team.
Yes.
That's why I want to give kudos. The other one came to my mind. That's why I want to give kudos to. I want to give kudos to the DG of Nigeria Orientation Agency.
Okay.
Malam Larissa Onilu. Because what he's trying to do now is what we needed to have done a long time ago.
True.
When they blame Nigeria, they are not blaming Yoruba people. They are not blaming Hausa people. They are blaming all of us. Those of us who travel a lot and they pull you aside to recheck your passport. It's not because I'm an Ibadan chief. It's because I'm a Nigerian. So when the good things roll in, and people are talking about how well we are doing, it's because of our diversity. Because everybody brings something unique to the table.
True.
It may be our food, maybe our music, maybe our movies.
True.
Things are happening in Nigeria today that outsiders will not say, that's a Yoruba movie. Or that's an Igbo music.
It's a Nigerian.
Or that's a Fulani food. The Nigerian movie industry, the best in Africa, the Nigerian music industry. So that's the way to forward. That's why I said governors and the president must cautiously try to encourage us to put our diversity into one big pot and bring it out for something that smells so good.
That's true.
It's a long way to go. But we need to start working on it. But that's what I said, no matter what people say,
yes,
if NOA is doing this, every other ministry should also do it.
Exactly.
Come forward and show the Nigerianness in the UK, in the US, in Canada, everywhere. When they say this, I know exactly what they are talking about. But they will not say it's a Yoruba failure or it's an Igbo failure.
Yes.
They will say it's a Nigerian failure.
Absolutely.
That's what we need to work on. I think the president is doing the best he can. But what we need now is those things that are good in us. Let's show it and downplay what is bad. Because
absolutely,
you and I know there are cities in the world that the people are dying every day. You never see it on their television sets. I will not name cities, but you and I know cities in this world that people, 30, 40 people will be shot every day. But that's not the news we hear about the city. Just that this city is tall and wide. So we should start doing that. Let's forget the negative.
Absolutely.
Let's work on the positive.
Absolutely. All right, then, let's move straight to our final